how to install a Unique Home Designs recessed mount double ultimate screen door featuring the Meshtec advanced screen system.
Installation of this product is above average in difficulty. Professional installation is recommended. If you are experiencing difficulty with your installation and require assistance, please contact us before returning the product to the retailer. Customer service and technical support are available at 1-866-317-8867 or support@uhdco.com, Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. First, make sure you have the right product and size for your application. Assess your opening and identify your mounting surface. Notice which side of your double entry door you use to enter and exit. This side will be the active security door. The other side will be the inactive security door. Your security door will require a minimum mounting surface of 1 inch on both sides of the corner of the trim or jamb. Identify your mounting surface and check and correct for any obstructions like doorbells, foliage, and light fixtures. Measure your opening. Measure width between the inside edge of the right and left mounting surfaces. The security door will fit if this measurement is between 63 3/4 and 64 3/8 inches for a 64-inch double door, or between 71 3/4 and 72 3/8 inches for a 72-inch double door. Measure from the bottom edge of the upper mounting surface to the existing threshold. The security door will fit if this measurement is between 80 and 80 7/8 inches. In this case, the face of the mounting surface provided less than 1 inch, so we added this small piece of trim on the sides and top of the opening so the door would fit. If the opening is larger than these ranges, you can check to see if there is a narrower mounting surface on your entryway that will work. Build your mounting surface out using stop or similar trim, or remove and reconfigure your trim to bring the opening within the fit range. Check and correct for possible hardware interference as described in the installation instructions. Next, open the double door kit package shown here, remembering not to discard any packaging materials until you have successfully completed the installation. Be sure to read all the way through the enclosed instructions before beginning the installation. Next, remove and identify all parts, cross-referencing the illustrated list in the installation instructions. Carefully unpack the hardware boxes. These include hardware and fasteners you will use to install your double security screen door. Open both door boxes and immediately dispose of the installation instructions in each box. They will not be used. Pull the box of hardware from the top of each door and remove all the parts. You will not be using all the parts from each door box. Simply follow the double door installation instructions in this video and the leftover parts will become obvious at the end. Remove the door panel from the plastic. Remove the header jamb, the hinge side jamb, and the lock side jamb from each door panel and then remove the bug sweeps. Remove the protective plastic from the frame pieces, separating the snap covers as you do so. Test fit both hinge side jambs from the door packages, which may need trimming depending on your threshold configuration. To get an accurate measurement, place the top header jamb from the double door kit package in place. Then, each hinge side jamb, marking the bottom where they need to be trimmed. If trimming is required, you will need to trim the weather stripping to match. Slide the weather stripping back so that the end is even with the uncut frame. Trim to fit from the bottom is needed. Trim excess weather stripping from the bottom end of the frame. Assemble the 3-piece frame laying flat. Install the Phillips head screws provided so they protrude from each jamb about 1/8 of an inch. Then attach the top header jamb and tighten each screw the rest of the way. Trim the weather stripping as needed for a flush fit at the corners of the frame.
Remove end caps from single door head jamb and install on double door head jamb.
Carefully lift the frame in position. Install the assembled frame in the opening using 2 of the temporary mounting screws provided on each hinge side jamb and 1 in the middle of the top header jamb. Check the chute bolt receiving hole in the top header jamb to see if there are any obstructions within 1/2 inch above it. If so, trace the shape of the chute bolt receiving hole onto the obstruction. Once complete, remove the frame and set aside. Remove the obstructing material using a chisel or other appropriate tool. Reinstall the assembled frame in the opening using 2 of the temporary mounting screws provided on each hinge side jamb and 1 in the middle of the top header jamb. Add a temporary mounting screw in the outside and inside mounting holes at each hinge. Install all 6 hinges, 3 on each jamb, using the screws provided, 3 screws per hinge.
Prepare the inactive door. Remove the mounting screws from the one-piece gear in the side of the active door. Remove the gear and set aside.
With the helper holding the doors into position, hang the door panels onto the jambs by attaching the hinges to the jambs using the screws provided. It's important that the door panel is held in proper position so the first mounting screw in each hinge is driven straight into the door panel. You will use 3 screws in each hinge, leaving 1 hole open for the vault pin. The door should swing freely. Place the astragal on the inactive door so that its top edge is even with the top edge of the door panel, and the back leg that the active door closes against is towards the house. There should be a 3/16 inch gap between the bottom of the astragal and the threshold or stoop. If there is not, mark the astragal to 3/16 of an inch up from the threshold or stoop, then remove the astragal and trim to the mark. Place the astragal back onto the inactive door so that its top edge is even with the top edge of the door panel. Use a clamp or have an assistant hold the astragal in place. Install the latch hole plug into the lower of the 2 center latch holes. Next, take a chute bolt and retract it using the lever indicated by the red dot. Slide the retracted chute bolt into the top of the astragal, and attach the chute bolt to the astragal. Deploy the chute bolt lever to expose the other mounting hole, and finish attaching the chute bolt to the astragal using one of the screws provided. Using a mallet or hammer, carefully install the chute bolt receiver cup into the top header jamb. Close the inactive door and deploy the chute bolt to ensure a proper fit. Next, open the inactive door and put the bottom chute bolt in place in the astragal by inserting the inside edge first and rotating the chute bolt into position. Retract the chute bolt using the lever indicated by the red dot. Slide the retracted chute bolt so that the bottom is flush with the bottom of the astragal, and finish attaching the chute bolt to the astragal using one of the screws provided. Deploy the chute bolt to expose the other mounting hole, and finish attaching the chute bolt to the astragal using one of the screws provided. Retract the bottom chute bolt, close the inactive door, and deploy the top chute bolt. Then deploy the bottom chute bolt until it touches the threshold or stoop and mark its location where it touches. Place the chute bolt plate over the mark you just made and mark the location of the mounting holes. Drill the chute bolt receiving and mounting holes and attach the chute bolt plate using the screws provided. In certain applications, you may wish to secure the plate with an adhesive instead of screws.
Attach the dummy handle to the inactive door, making sure it is facing in the right direction. To reverse handle direction, use a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen the screw inside the handle, turn handle to desired direction, then retighten screw to set in place. Insert dummy handle with spindle through the interior of the inactive door and into the opposite dummy handle. Attach the handles using 2 1 3/8 inch fine thread bolts included with the handle set. Using the locking handle and spindles from one of the door packages, install the hardware in the active door, leaving each mounting screw about a half turn from tight. Insert the locking cylinder into the hardware from the inside of the door. Tighten the retaining screw until snug. Then, go back and tighten the mounting screws on the handle. The sloped face of the center throw should be facing the entryway. If it is not, loosen the screw in the center of the throw, rotate the throw, and retighten the screw. To verify that the locking mechanism operates properly, open the door, then pull up on the door handle to engage the 3-point locking mechanism, turning the thumb turn on the inside of the door clockwise to lock. Install the permanent mounting screws on the inside of the frame. Check the door operation as you install each screw to ensure smooth operation of the doors. Line up the full-length latch guard from the double door kit with the top of the astragal in the active door, and mark the latch guard where it meets the bottom of the door panel. Trim to the mark. Remove the top and bottom screws from the one-piece gear in the side of the active door. Attach the latch guard in those mounting holes using the 1-inch mounting screws provided. Install permanent mounting screws through the mounting holes in the face of the frame.
The bug sweeps included in the double door kit can be installed inside or outside of the doors based on the configuration of your entryway and preferences. Hold the bug sweep up to the bottom edge of the inactive door so that the ends are even with the edge of the door panel and astragal. Install the bug sweep so that it drags against the threshold or stoop using the screws provided. Position the active bug sweep even with the hinge side of the active door. Mark and trim where the bug sweep meets the outside edge of the astragal mounted to the inactive door. Position the bug sweep so that it drags against the threshold or stoop and install using the screws provided.
Install the plastic plugs provided in the open section of each mounting slot as needed.
Install the weather stripping to the full length of the stop leg of the astragal. Start at the top and remove approximately 6 inches of the protective backing at a time and adhere to the astragal. Slowly and carefully work your way down the full length of the door. Trim at the bottom as needed. The weather stripping is extremely sticky and fragile, so take care when installing. Once the adhesive touches the surface, that's where it stays. Install the chute bolt covers from the double door kit. Set the snap cover into the channel leading with the outside edge and tap the inside edge into place with the mallet and wood block. Repeat this process for the second hinge side jamb and top jamb.